Hey everybody, so I just wanted to make a very quick overview video before I go to work here. I'm just looking at the S&P 500 right now. I'm going to go on the 1 year time frame. And I do want to point out that we are right at the top of this resistance trend line. And I did kind of build out a potential bear flag and what that would look like. So ideally, what would look good to me is if we could get above this area right here. This is a high that we need to get above to start seeing higher highs. And then ideally, we don't want to get below this low right here, which is 380.54. So if we do rally, hopefully we could see a massive rally that gets us back above 408. And then we start building higher highs and higher lows. I always get that wording kind of mixed up. So one thing I do want to note is that we do have this 20-day moving average. And it is at 403.85, so do be cautious around there. That could be a potential rejection zone. Now, moving right on to QQQ. So very similar story, we're right here on the top of this trend line. Maybe I could do this right here, see if I could get it a little bit better. Yeah, I would say that's probably it. Now, similar thing. We do have this 20-day moving average. It does seem like this trend is a little bit weaker. SPY does look a little bit stronger. So ideally, we don't want to make it under 280.21 because that will be making a lower low. And then if we do want to make a higher high, we need to get above this area right here, which is 307.40. So we need to get above this 20-day moving average right here. And we're going to see some resistance possibly at 302.96. So do watch out for that. We're still quite a ways away from it. Now with IWM, I'd say is probably a little bit more interesting because we already saw this low develop right here, this 168.90, and then we saw this low right here, 171.60. So this could already potentially be a higher low. Now what we need to see is we need to see price action go above 182.62. And we do have this 20-day moving average that could act as resistance at 180.24. So ideally we do want to get above this area to start building higher highs and higher lows. But overall, chart's still looking pretty darn bearish, We do have this 50-day moving average that we could potentially go to. It's 193.59. So right here, I would think that there's going to be significant resistance. Now with DIA does look pretty decent in my opinion. So the one thing that I am seeing is that in my previous videos, I was talking about this trend. So we did hit it once, twice, three times, and then right here. And then right here as well, that's where we made that low. So we did make that low. It was 306.28, basically hit the bottom of this trend line. And then we did break above the top of this trend line. So things are looking very interesting on the Dow. We do have some resistance. It should show up right around 326.54. So this is going to be a potential double top right here. So we do need to get above that to break the double top pattern and start making higher highs. And then ideally, we would want to make higher lows as well. So hopefully this was the higher low right there at 313.08. And then if not, then yeah, we will make a lower low that will go under 306.28 or a possible double bottom that will bounce off that. So do look out for things like that. 50-day moving average is all the way up here at 336.10, so it is a while away. And if we do want to break above this high right here, we need to get above 340. So quite a whiles away. So right now we could just be moving sideways, possibly sideways between this bottom right here and this top right here. So I am kind of looking at the markets and kind of expecting some chop to happen because, we'll have pockets of good news with China, and then we'll also have potential fear when we do go into earnings season again, like mega cap earnings season. So I do think that we could see a lot of chop, and I guess ultimately what I am worried about is I was looking at Tesla the other day, and Tesla does make a pretty decent portion of the S&P 500. I do see this 50-day moving average starting to curl underneath the 200-day moving average. It's getting closer and closer, so this is a death cross. Death cross is never really a good thing, but you know, sometimes when you do see a death cross happen, you could see a momentary rally, and then eventually what I've happened to see more often than not is that all the moving averages start going underneath the 200-day, and the 200-day just takes dominance on the top, and we go into that full bear trend. So right now, 50-day moving average is 914.40. 200-day moving average is 912.55. So to actually avoid this death cross, Tesla is going to have to make like some massive move. Like I'm talking like some crazy move, like a $100, $200 day or whatever, and it's just going to have to continue nonstop. Then this 50-day moving average can start curling up, but I almost feel like at this point it's inevitable. So I do see these moving averages crossing over, and I do think that things can get a little bit risky there. And you know, now that all the moving averages are going to be under the 200-day, then yeah, I mean, Tesla does get a little bit more risky, and I do think that a lot of those rallies do end up getting shorted much harder. Let's take a look at Apple as well. Now Apple right now is at 138.64 in the pre-market. Everything else was pretty much rallying, but it seems like Apple's pretty weak. So that's never a good sign. I want to see Apple being strong. And I am seeing something very similar. We're seeing this 50-day moving average starting to curl down. This 200-day moving average is getting pretty up there. So I do think we could possibly see a death cross on Apple as well. And maybe that could just signal the end of this market crash. So, you know, a lot of things to pay attention to. Let me see if I could find some trends here. All right, so Apple is still in this downtrend channel. And we are kind of getting close to the end of this channel. So we could potentially see a possible breakout. The one thing I would pay attention to is this prior high that we made that is right around 149.73, which actually lines up with this 20-day moving average pretty well. 20-day moving average is right at 149.73. So yeah, basically lines up with it. So we need to get above this 20-day moving average, and then hopefully we can make a higher high, and then we could start making lower highs as well, or higher lows. See, I always get that mixed up. So do note that that also is a major support area, so it could act as a major resistance. So definitely watch out for that. I do think for this market to get a little bit healthier, Apple needs to be back on top, and we do need to see an avoidance of this right here. So hopefully we do see some crazy price action that can make this 50-day moving average curl, and we could avoid this possible death cross here on Apple. So I hope you guys enjoyed this early morning analysis, and maybe later in the day I'll try and get some earnings reports out. So hope you guys enjoyed this, and have a great day.